Hey guys, I hope you had a great start to the year. Let's kick off February with my biggest piece today. We'll only be working on the sketch in this video, so I'll show you the process. As you may have noticed, I use a projection system for works at 16 or 17 centimeters in size to avoid proportion errors and wasted material. I still have some proportion errors at a large scale, so the tools we'll use are a laptop with an HDMI input to connect the projector and project the image from the laptop. We'll use 4 sheets of drawing paper to create a large scale version. I'll show the measurements in the next video, I forgot. It's the most economical way to paint in oils on a large scale, using sheets of drawing paper that can withstand oil paint. We eliminate the need for a large-scale canvas, which is usually quite expensive, and we also eliminate the process of creating it. We're not painting on canvas, so the finish will be slightly flatter. Impasto could be added to simulate the canvas. We will need a flat surface larger than the canvas, and graphite to mark the sketch. Once have the canvas ready and the projector working, we will adjust into the size of the canvas. The only remaining option will be to use HDMI on the projector to display the laptop's image and choose the photo. In my case, I have to choose one photo from all the ones I took, including screenshots directly from the PS4. I took the game CRYMACHINA, which I love and I think it's show. It's an RPG developed by Fury Corp and published by NIS America, released in 2023. A world deeply linked to transhumanism, although explored from an inverse and existentialist perspective. It presents a world where the biological no longer exists, humanity, and machines try to rebuild it, that is, rebuild humanity. In the next video, I delve deeper into the game and why I love it. But essentially, the main antagonist teams from the AA begin left alone with a programmed order to save humanity, that it can no longer fulfill because humans have disappeared. The dystopia here is devoid of purpose. The game presents a dystopia of cold logic. In short, it uses hard science fiction to reflect on whether technology can truly capture the essence of what it means to be alive. The antagonist is not the IA per se, but the rigidity of machines that refuse to accept that a synthetic body can harbor a real human spark. It's a rebellion of emotional consciousness. The Eve protagonist gains logical consciousness, the other day ex-machine. So, in the distant future, thousands of years after humanity extinction, synthetic beings, they ex-machine, have the mission of recreating the human race. The player joins 3 Eves, to recreate sites of deceased human in synthetic bodies, fight to become real human and discover the secrets of the hidden space station. This, in a sense, is the game premise. For me, it's a masterpiece worthy of large-scale art, as it's a work or exercise in transhumanism, neurophilosophy, psychology, something very advanced yet still possible. Unlike other games where technology is an optional upgrade, here it's the only way of existing. The game presents a dystopia where biological humanity failed, leaving only its digital echo. It's a masterpiece of hard science fiction, not just science fiction, and that's without even mentioning its incredible soundtrack, the mastermind behind which is Sakushio, a famous artist in the world of rhythm games. His style is a masterful blend of hardcore, drum and bass, ethereal chords, and electric minimalism. For my taste, it could compete with soundtracks like those from Halo or Final Fantasy. As I mentioned, in the next videos we'll delve deeper in the game, but for now, let's dive right into the sketch. Remember to position the projector correctly and use a guide in case the surface you're projecting on moves. In my case, it's a laptop table. If it moves and you don't have a guide and you've already made progress on the sketch, it's very difficult to adjust the projector and align the image with the sketch. So also make sure that pets, other people, or even you accidentally don't move the surface. That said, as you can see, the only thing left to do is outline the entire image or screenshot. I recommend outlining with an HB pencil to avoid smooth wing and getting confused when applying the oil painting. Of course, with good music in your headphones. If you're wondering why I have a padlock on my ear, it's the process I use to stretch them. I was never into RPGs, so much so that my first game of this genre was Genshin Impact, which introduced me to it, and which, by the way, is also a masterpiece, mainly for his story, but really everything about it. I even have a folder of screenshots from that game that I used to paint large artworks to. Tell me in the comments which RPG you started with and which is your favorite today. Personally, I was hooked because the gameplay is pure strategy. It becomes a chessboard. This makes it an edge for intellectuals. Others don't understand, get bored, or simply don't know how to win. So, for example, in Genshin, the board is based on natural elements. You literally become an alchemist, learning to use a team in a versatile and effective way. It's a style that someone who only plays Halo or Call of Duty will find quite difficult to understand and adapt to in order to make effective moves. But someone who plays chess or strategy games could adapt in same gameplay sections. In the end, playing these types of games develops neuroplasticity in the brain with real-life effectiveness. It's incredible. Remember a friend who, while playing Genshin, understood how to manage his personal life. It's amazing. So this is the final result. I love this method because it only takes about an hour or two to create a large format sketch with the complete series of no proportion errors. This method, in case you didn't know, is used by many professional artists such as Guillermo Lorca. I took him at his word because sometimes we're afraid of what others will say about using these tools in art. But don't worry, they're tools we've been given to perfect our work. So tell me what you think of the final result, the process and the game, of course. Remember that you help me a lot by subscribing and commenting. Thanks.